Hello my dear students. So today we'll see or discuss about the errors. So hope you have understood the last class lecture. Now today we are going to discuss about the errors. So there are 6 types of errors: the least count error, the percentage error, the relative error, random error, the absolute error, and mean absolute error. Okay, and there is a chart also by which we can see the sum, difference, multiplication, division, power, root of the errors. Okay, so here error is nothing but we will take the difference between the measured value and true value. Yesterday in the previous lecture we have seen what is the error. I have given the definition for the error. So if you have not seen, please go through the last video and we will understand what is meant by the error. Okay, so the least count error. What is the least count error? This error is due to the imitation or imposed by the least count of the measuring instrument. So measuring instruments are nothing but the instruments which are used to measure the it may be the length, breadth, or the inner radius, outer radius, diameter. So for example, vernier calipers, it may be vernier calipers, it may be the screw gauge, the meter scale, okay, the traveling microscope, so all the spherometer. So all these, what are the measuring instruments, it has a least count. So that means with the help of that instrument, to what extent you can measure the substance. Okay, so that is known as the least count. Okay, it is the uncertainty associated with the resolution of the measuring instrument. Okay, so I told you it is the resolution of measuring the instrument, right? So till how accurate you can measure the value, that is known as the least count error. So that means if it is not giving the correct value, so in for example I tell you, in screw gauge there is a error known as the zero error. That means the zero of the screw gauge will not coincide, it will not be zero exactly, it will have certain mistake or error. Error is nothing but a mistake, right? So therefore, and in also some measuring instrument, mass, that is the weighing instrument, you have to bring the pointer to zero, then only it will give you the correct measurement, correct mass, so or weight. So that is known as the minimizing the error. Then percentage error, relative error expressed in percent, that is for 100. Percentage error is equal to delta A by A into 100. So delta A is the error and it is the A is the measured value into 100 if we take, then it gives the percentage error. Okay, then relative error, ratio of the mean absolute error to the true value, delta A equal to del A by A. So this is the relative error. Then random error. Random error occurs irregularly and at random in magnitude and direction. Formula for elimination of random error. That is meant, random error means if it is not constant at all. Okay, so if you are performing an experiment, then one in your group, the always practical will be done in the group, because the college will not give you a single instrument for a single person or a single student. So a group of 5 to 6 students will will be performing the experiment. So now one person will do one experiment and one take the one reading, he will note down the reading, the entire group will note down that reading. Then another person do the experiment and he will note down that reading. So all six students will perform the experiment and they will write the readings, and divided by how many persons, that is 6. So they will take the random, how much is the error. So if for that experiment, particular experiment, you have to get 10 means one person will be getting 7, one person will be getting 8, one person will be getting 9. So these are random errors. It is not constant. All are not getting 8, all are not getting 9, all are not getting 7. So it is a random error. They are randomly making the mistakes. So how we can minimize that error? By taking the average value, that is a1 plus a2 plus a3 so on an upon n. So this will be the formula for the random error. Then what is absolute error? Absolute error is the magnitude of the difference between the true value and the measured value. That is known as the absolute error. The actual value, how much it is, minus the measured value. Then mean absolute error. Mean absolute error is, so always you have to minus this, okay, from the actual value to the first reading, again the actual value to the second reading. So you are getting the difference, delta a1 plus delta modulus of delta a2. So it will be, it may be plus or minus. So if we take positive here, then it will be we can take the modulus. So the mean absolute error is delta a equal to 1 upon n summation of I tending from 1 to n modulus of delta a1. So ai. So because the limit is from I equal to 1 to n. So this is the mean absolute error. Okay. So now this chart, it's very very important. You can take the screenshot of this chart. So how we have to, so sum of the error. So always if you are taking the number like two numbers, two or two readings, so that will be equated to z value, that is a plus b equal to some number. That means if 5 plus 2 are the two numbers, it will be equated to the resultant. So z is nothing but the resultant. Okay, so that's what they have given here. Operation, so operations are the sum, that is addition, difference, multiplication, division, power, root. And in the second column it is formula z. So in sum, z equal to a plus b, then z equal to a minus b, z equal to a into b, z equal to b by a, z equal to a raised to n, z equal to a raised to 1 upon n. So 1 upon n is nothing but the root. Okay, absolute error delta z. So when delta z is an absolute error, it has the absolute error in a also and in b also. So delta b plus delta b, delta a plus delta b. Then here delta a. So even if it is minus, we will be taking in plus only. So both the result will be same for the addition as well as the subtraction. Always we will take the positive value error only, not the negative error. Okay, so it may be plus or minus. So for multiplication, a into delta b plus b into delta a, then quotient will be delta a plus delta b. So first I'll do the absolute error for delta z. Then b into delta a plus a into delta b by b square. Then n into a raised to n minus 1 delta a, 1 upon n, a raised to 1 upon n minus 1 delta a. So before this, actually this error part is deleted from the board, but it will be asked in your JEE and NEET. Only read the formulas. Okay, so you memorize the formulas. Then relative error delta z by z. So these are the formulas for relative error, and when you multiply with 100, then this will be the percentage error for the relative error. So relative error is for delta z by z. So I told you z is a plus b. So delta z will be what? It is delta a plus delta b. So therefore here, as it is delta z by z, delta a plus delta b by a plus b, delta a plus delta b by z. Z is what? A minus b. So we are taking here a minus b. Then multiplication, delta a by a plus delta b by b only. it is not multiplication here, it is addition only. And even then for division also it will be same, multiplication and division will be same. Then n into delta a by a, then n 1 upon n delta a by a. Okay, so this is for root. Then percentage error, so just you go on multiplying with 100, you are going to get the percentage error. Okay, I hope you have understood these rules for the errors, for finding errors. Okay, so I think so this is the definition for accuracy and precision. So accuracy is what? It is the closeness of a measurement to the value of the physical quantity, and precision is the resolution or limit to which the quantity is measured. And these are the general rules for finding the error. Okay, we will meet you in the next class.